Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. I am your host, Michael Karvelis, and this is Daily Dive. It is Friday, February 27th, 2026, and this show begins now. We are live streaming via the airwaves of North American Talk Radio on YouTube. A reminder that, tomorrow? There is another awesome college basketball game. That's tonight at 8:30 Eastern, CCIW men's basketball semifinal, North Park, and then Illinois Wesleyan. That should be a fun matchup. They do a great job on the production of that games, so we're excited for that. You also had the Great Divide last night, once again with Jeff Beck. Really awesome ending to that show. I was very happy I caught that on replay, but it's every Monday and Thursday. You also have this show, Daily Dive, and other great things. So we thank you for supporting the network. On today's show, we're going to first talk to Gamble Guy as he'll break down his best bets for NLL Week 14. We'll then talk to Captain about his ladder leans and about the big slate of games. And we'll bring in Pat Gregoire towards the end as he is in Buffalo for a game this weekend against the Rush. And finally, we'll have the Crew's Pick'em and Best Bets. Stay tuned for that. Before we bring in Gamble Guy, we want to let you know this show is presented by the NLL merchandise found at natalkradio.us/NLL. You're already going to the games. Why not look good with your swag? natalkradio.us/NLL. It takes you straight to that National Lacrosse League Amazon shop. Without further ado, let's bring in a man who is very excited. It's Gamble Guy. How are you, sir?
Little Mikey Karvelis. Can you start the show on time? Daddy's got to get to tennis. You know this. Right. But I am very excited to be here because I am the least informed guy on the show, but I brought notes and I'm 10 games over 500 in my first year watching the NLL. So I'll take that as a victory.
And considering, again, folks, all we do is minus 190 or greater odds. We're at a 61% for as a whole. We're doing great. You are contributing to that, like you said, with 10 over 500 at 28 and 18. All right. Wings Swarm is the first game you are on. How are you feeling? What are you liking, sir? It's the first of a doubleheader between these two.
Well, I heard you worked me down to 20.5, so I appreciate that. So I'm going to go over 20.5. Georgia scores a bunch, and they put 19 on Calgary, and I feel like this is going to be the Georgia Swarm team we see tonight. I know they have what a lot of people voted for in the online poll during your show the other day that you didn't even know that it was up.
I didn't know you did
that. I did that behind the scenes. Sorry. But they have Dobson in the net, and don't tell me he's hurt like I did last week.
Nope.
I didn't know there was a guy hurt last week, and that was the only loss I had because I didn't know he was
hurt for 5 weeks, but go ahead. That's how good this guy's doing at betting. It's ridiculous.
Listen, you won't schedule watch parties, so yeah, I get sidetracked.
Right.
Georgia puts up a ton of goals, so I'm banking on them putting up 19. They're playing an inferior Wings team. I think they're going to jump out ahead early. Things will get kind of loose in the second half. I like about a 24-25 total here.
Woof. I like over 20.5 and it helps you. I don't know if I like that much, but I think it's going to. I don't.
Well, I'm taking the 20.5. I'm just saying. I'm guessing there's. I mean, it was 28 combined with Calgary. Come on.
Oh, come on, Captain. This guy. Let's get to the Saskatchewan Rush. They'll be in Buffalo. Buffalo Bandits put up a fight against Vancouver. Almost pulled that one out, but did that buy you in for another week of riding the Bandits?
Look, Buffalo's a disappointment to a lot of people this year. I know you were hoping for another championship there in the upstate New York area. But I'm looking at a Rush team with a 9-game win streak. I don't see them slowing down against a team that's, underperformed this year. Why would I think that as a gambler, as a fake gambler, to be honest with you? I'm not actually putting but they're on a 9-game win streak. I don't see that ending here. Yes, it's on the road, but they're clear and above the best team in the league right now. I'm taking them.
I know that this game's not on the docket, but would you also take them against Rochester? Or do you think Rochester gets right and then Saskatchewan's due for a loss tomorrow?
Well, that's not much travel, so I think
hell getting there to Rochester though.
They'll be okay. I think they're going to win 2 this weekend. They're going to have 11-game win streak.
Ooh, gross.
Honestly, I'll foreshadow. I don't think their next loss is till March 14th, which is San Diego Seals.
Interesting. I'm gonna see how you feel when that comes around. We'll see if I'm sure you'll still be there, but I'm interested to see how that looks. All right, next game on the docket for you. Mammoth lost last week to the Rock. Do you think it continues against the Seals?
I do. Look, they're coming off their first loss.
Again?
No, I think they're going to win. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm taking Colorado money line. I misunderstood you.
Sure.
Look, they're coming off their first loss this calendar year after a 7-game win streak, but they're coming home where they're 4-1 and they're plus 19 at home where they're plus 6 on the road. That sexy floor they got there is an advantage. And I got them winning again. I got them getting back on the winning ways, and my first ever favorite team is going to bounce back. And let's be honest, they lost because they had to play a back-to-back with Toronto. I would assume it's tough to beat the same team twice in a row. So
I agree. Even if you smack them the first time like they did, it's still Toronto's no pushover. That is not going to happen twice. And it was close, like we thought, but they just couldn't finish it off. But that game was very close in the fourth quarter. Fine. Well, another game. Vancouver Warriors. They're traveling to Vegas. Do you think Vegas can pull off the upset? Or do you think the Warriors keep the train rolling here?
Look, I got Vancouver in this one. They beat Vegas 15-9, December 13th. Yep. And, Vegas has dropped 2 in a row. They're not doing anything that made me think they're a much different team than when Vancouver already beat them by 6. And then, their goalie percentage is at 75%, whereas Del Bianco's at 82%. So I think Vancouver's got an advantage in the net. And we already saw 2 months ago that they're the better team in this matchup.
Yeah, Kevin Crowley's situation is interesting if he does play. I know he had a good year for Vancouver last year. They just signed him, but that ain't going to be the difference when Kel's giving up a fortune back there. So I like your pick there a lot. It's only like minus 150 something. That's ridiculous.
It is.
Oshawa Firewolves, Ottawa Black Bears. You liked an under here, but you got a better odds for it. Tell me why you like the under.
Yeah, I'm taking the under 22.5. Look, I would normally say this is the battle of who cares less, but Ottawa is fighting for a playoff spot. So I almost took them on the money line, but I don't think I could. I think it was above 190.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
So what I'm looking at is an Oshawa team that's the worst shooting team in the league. I think it's like 18%. And I don't think, they've had a couple games this year, Oshawa, where they did not score much. I'm going to pull up their
It was
record.
9-1 at the end of the first half at home last week. Or the 2
Yeah. Even one of their wins was 8-7 over the Rock.
Ooh.
So, last week against a Seals team that scores, more than Ottawa, it was 13-7. That gets me to my under. So I don't think that's going to change much here. You have the worst shooting team in the league.
I also think Black Bears win. I'm at a point now, especially when Zach Higgins really had his first good game this past weekend. I think the Black Bears are going to look very good. We all love Oshawa, what they've done for Daily Dive and Captain, and we all love a team from 2 years ago. It means nothing. They have fallen off the map. It seems like they're mentally strained right now, along with their fans who have been trying to root for them to win. So it's weird.
Well, when I was, reading NLLstats.com and I saw they had the worst shooting percentage in the league, it reminded me of Captain's short he put up on our YouTube about something stinks in Oshawa, but it's not the fans. So.
That was great. They need to be said. So we appreciate Captain for that.
Yes.
Guy, thank you so much. Tell your buddy Jeff that he did a great job last night. We enjoyed the Great Divide, and we enjoy you for coming on this show for getting bets, even though you're not good at it.
Listen. the shtick is up. After the State of the Union, we found there's enough childishness at the leadership level. So let's be adults in the room. Everybody knows Gamble Guy is El Jefe. El Jefe is Jeff Beck. Listen, I do this character to make fun of the guy that wants you to pay him a $199.99 a month to know who he's picking. I don't trust guys like that. I'm making fun of guys like that. I trust people like El Capitan that gives their picks out loud and tries to share the wealth. I'll stick with Captain, and I'll make fun of Gamble Guy all day long.
I love it. Thank you, Gamble Guy, aka Jeff Beck. What? Well, have a great day. We'll see you next week, man.
Peace, brother.
Yes, sir. I can't believe. Wow, there it goes. I can't believe the secret is out. It's funny. Before the show started, I was going to ask him, hey, do you want to do Jeff Beck today? I think we'll probably keep the Gamble Guy's persona, but I love it. I love it. That was awesome. He's 28-18 for best bets. I don't care if he comes on as Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. He's giving bets and they're winning. All right. Speaking of giving bets that are winning, Captain's pretty good at that as well. We'll get to him next. You're watching Daily Dive. It's a Week 14 NLL preview. Don't go anywhere. We both know you won't. And like I've told you guys a million times, they don't have sworn player shirts where I would have bought one. What do you want? You think I want to get shot on purpose? No, I'm going to get shot on. I'll be back.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, welcome back to Daily Dive. I'm your host, Michael Karvelis here. It is Friday, the last day that we'll do in February of 2026. So long, goodbye. Nah. All right. Anyways, just the month of love, and it's now over. But we appreciate you for tuning in to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. Still. So coming up now is a man who I don't think has a ladder ready, even though, Captain, I'll let you know now, I got ladders ready for you. Unmute yourself, pal. How you doing? Where's the mute button on this thing? I'm so old.
Oh, I had the mouse in the wrong corner there. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm great. This is my fault, Kai the goalie, because I'll be honest with you, Captain. I wanted you to wear the Rock jersey again because we're both being boots on the ground. I don't care what you like.
I wasn't thinking.
I know. No, I should have collaborated with you. I didn't. I might as well just take it all off and put on the wing shirt while I'll walk away in my underwear. Anyways.
Thinking effing instead of effing thinking.
Woo! Love doing that. You had a good week though?
Always trying to stay warm.
Good thing the people don't care. We want your best. I'm doing great, by the way. All right, so I am going to have a parlato, a safe, and a greedy ladder for you. I have made my graphics. We will await yours. We know DraftKings was being a little bit stingy this week anyway, so it's not like we can rush you on that. Let's get to the San Diego Seals Colorado Mammoth game first in Colorado. We just heard Jeff Beck, who I don't even know who that is, but he just told us that he likes the Mammoth money line. What is your lean in this game? Are you thinking of your ladder, or what is just your thoughts on this game in general, man?
Yeah, no, like I'll give you a couple leans on each game.
Sure.
We'll leave the Georgia Philly game. That one's been beat to death. But San Diego, Colorado, I think we were talking last night, and I found a couple of stats that I like that's leaning me in a couple of different ways. So Colorado at home, like right now, they're averaging 11.7 goals per game, but at home that goes up to 14.7. So they're putting up more goals at home. They're also allowing more goals at home. And their opponent, the Seals, are they're scoring more goals on the road. So with those in mind, I have a lean towards the over in this game. It's 20.5 on many books.
Right.
I love Colorado money line. They've just been a whole other team at home. I remember, like, in all honesty, like 3 years ago, it was almost like a guarantee Colorado would win at home. The last couple seasons, they've had their ups and downs, but like this year, like it's back, it's electric, and that team is just on another level at home. So I love Colorado money line. I love the Mammoth 1.5, and I love the over in that one with those stats in mind.
It did not make my best bets, full disclosure, but over 20.5 is something I had written down too. The money line can be as good as minus 164 at Cool Bets. It's up to 180 at DraftKings, but play around with the books. You know how we'd like to do. I kind of like them to cover as well. I just feel like the Seals offense is too slow. Like, a lot of their pace comes from transition and defense, and I feel like Colorado, they're going to stop those plays. Dylan Ward's going to make a few back-breaking saves where it's like, oh my God, we can't beat them. I think Colorado pulls away late. Looking back at it, hey baby, I actually don't mind. I actually kind of want to throw the Mammoth to cover on my best bets. Now I think about it in hindsight. I'm a little bit tired this morning, but yeah, I kind of like that in the over, like you said. Colorado's been electric. Orig on the road also scares me. He likes that dark Pechanga arena. He doesn't really move a lot, and Colorado's going to shoot from everywhere. So I like those well.
Remember too, I honestly think San Diego has had a very easy schedule up to this point. Like, their next few games is going to be Sask, Vancouver, Colorado. So they got a couple.
Who are you really? Here's them. They got a mirror coming in the mail. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I also want to mention that no, that's a lie. I think I'm good on that. I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't want to say it. All right. Let's get to the first of the Buffalo Bandits games. I don't want to take all the thunder away from Pat Gregoire on this one. I know he's in there, not just boots on the ground because they pay him to do it. No, but seriously, let's just touch Saskatchewan Buffalo for a few. NLL Finals rematch. It has to be said. Now we have entered May, ironically, even though it is February 20th tonight. But what are your thoughts on this finals rematch? Is it a little bit disappointing to you as a fan that the Bandits are falling off, or do you still think we get a little bit of fireworks in terms of gameplay here?
I definitely think the Bandits, as much as they have been falling off a little bit this year, historically they always kind of have this sort of cat and mouse game during regular season. Like, they get off to these slow starts, play around,
especially towards the beginning and middle. Yeah,
exactly. And then they explode at the end of the season. We've seen it 3 years in a row. But no, I've been talking a lot about Frankie and the fact that Sask has given up these like early 3-4 goal leads. So I don't think they've quite addressed that issue yet. I don't think with the record, like, they're that concerned about it. But if they're going to go up against a team like Buffalo that has an offense that can continuously put up numbers, and we also know Vince, like, he's had his struggles this year also, but like, that guy in a good game, like, he can close the door. So I expect this one to be a very close, hard-fought game. The face-off is going to make a big difference in this one too.
I think Naso will beat Farrell. I think historically he's done it. It won't be a big one, but I feel like he's like 60%, 70% of those.
Yeah, so if
help.
Saskatchewan is going to give up those 3-4 goal runs, then that face-off is going to matter this game. Like I say, there's a lot of little matchups here that'll make this game exciting right through, regardless of the team's records.
So on my Parlato full disclosure, I believe I actually have the I just want to check that. I believe I have the over in this game. No, I don't. So I am going with the rush to cover, but I actually like the over as well because
I was going to say that's my big lean on this one is the over, just because of the way I've been watching Frankie and those 3-4 goal hiccups.
Well, I mean, forget Frankie. I kind of feel like the this game is just got like I look at the finals from last year. Every game went over 20.5. Every last one of them. There was a 21 and 22, and like the last one went like 25, and that was with the rush scoring like 8 or 9. Like stopping at halftime, basically, unfortunately, and when it mattered. But like every game went over 20.5. I feel like both offenses this year are actually better. I don't think the numbers will back that up, but it feels like the Rush's offense has shown more potency this year. Great word, I'll write that down. I mean, I feel like the Bandits, like their struggle this year has been their offense, and their defense has actually been impressive. But when they get going, Dane and Josh and the crew are going to make it work. So they are going to sneak over. I think it'll be like a 23, 24 goals. I agree with you. It'll be a bloodbath, even with the over happening. Over 20.5 is not hard. You would think, oh, Shiliano and Vince, give me a break. I'm not buying it. I could see a sneaky Bandits upset here. I didn't pick into my pick'ems. I'm pretty sure you did.
No.
You did, I thought.
No. I'm pretty sure.
You didn't?
You just quiet
Traitor.
I think they're the we'll talk about the next game.
You're a coward, man. I'm kidding.
You listen here.
What was the other word you used for me on Twitter? I didn't want to say it on the air,
A puddle.
Oh. Wait. Let's get to the Rush game against the Rochester Nighthawks now. Because this is the Rush again. And then we'll do Bennett's Rock as well. But the Rush against the Rochester Nighthawks, Captain, I got bad news for you. I don't like that me, you, and Timmy D all picked Rochester. Really? Is it an upset anymore? How many of the media members are going to do this crap? I thought we were special.
So hear me out. We talked about this last night, and I know Gamble Guys said the travel is no big deal.
Give me a break.
You got to remember this is a week-by-week league, and typically these guys travel once over the week.
Yes.
So I'm looking at this one in a similar sense as a few weeks back when Halifax played Ottawa and then traveled from Ottawa to Oshawa. And I haven't Google mapped anything, but I feel like the travel from Buffalo to Rochester is pretty similar.
Plus the bus thing.
So this is what I mean. Like the boys are going to be in hotels for, a night that they're not used to, this awkward travel. I'm leaning Rochester because like we just mentioned earlier too, like if Buffalo puts up a good fight and that's a bloodbath, like Saskatchewan's limping into Rochester with a terrible travel schedule, bad sleep,
back kind of hurting, shoulders hurting. So
yeah. Like I feel like if Saskatchewan's going to get caught off guard this weekend, it's definitely going to be on the back-to-back because, last year they had the finals matchup with Buffalo. So, from a team
it's in their head. They want to win this game badly.
Yeah, you want to go into that.
Rochester.
We want to go into the loud barn and pull away that W.
They might hammer them. I think about that mindset. Like, remember how pissed they were, how they've used it up to this point? They might actually beat the crap of the Bandits, but like you said, like, they're going to exhaust energy into that game, whether it's close or a blowout, actually.
Yeah, and so this is where it gets funny because we talk about the back-to-back and the travel here, but then when we go to Buffalo, Toronto, as much as I think Buffalo has a bad travel.
I want to give my take on the Rochester game real quick. Just a quick. I do want to mention that the Nighthawks to me are the spot right now. Last time we saw them, they were picking their boots up after Vancouver. Then they were getting beat by Ottawa. I said, oh no, they're terrible. Even I was calling them out. I'm still doing that. I got to see them full once again. Like they've had a week to stew. I haven't heard anything terrible since. I haven't heard anything from them ever since then. No one's taking them seriously anymore. They're back to, we have to prove ourselves again. I like that spot. And they're fresh. Come on, man. Come on. So I like that. Now, go ahead. Rock Bandits.
Yeah, so let's get on to the Rock Bandits game here, Michael.
Host.
Yeah, no, I chuckle because I'm not putting the same lean into the Bandits travel to Toronto as I am the Saskatchewan travel, only because there's just this like Buffalo has just had Toronto's number for so many years.
Yes.
I'm not sure if we know if Rose is starting or not, but in my mind, just the way Buffalo has mentally and physically dominated Toronto, I don't think that's going to matter who's in the pipe.
I agree with that. I completely agree with that.
So yeah, I love even though I'm going to fade Saskatchewan's travel on the back-to-back, I'm going to stick with Buffalo for their second game.
I think Pat Gregoire can. Maybe I'll ask him about this when he comes on late in a 10 minutes or so. But I want to ask him, like, Kathy, you're right there in the area ish. Like, if you're in Buffalo, right? Hey, honey, let's go down to Rochester. Like, you want to get shot? Like, what are we doing? Like, and not like that. But it's like I don't feel comfortable going in. I've heard what they. Don't act like that's a bad joke either. Stop that. Oh, I can't make fun of Rochester. The heck we can't. Stop that. You would rather go there than Toronto after a game? Give me a break. I think everyone would choose Hamilton, Toronto. Even the players, like these guys have day jobs. They're just like you. They're like, you got a friend in me. Toy Story. But yeah, I think Bandits win the game as well. When I picked this game, I had in the back of my mind, Rose might start. I don't care if he comes in the second half. I think we're just like Rochester. I think we're even way lower than Rochester on the Bandits. Like no one really they wanted to take Rochester seriously. No one did. Buffalo's like, their dynasty's dead. And they're like, if we can beat Toronto, there's still that going for us. And get captain, I'm not trying to ruin Teddy Jenner's parlay here. There's a scenario they go 2-0, and I'm not surprised. Now, I think they're going to go 1-1. I don't think they're going to. I think 0-2 is off the table. I think they do go 2-0 and 1-1. So that's my take on it. Because if not, they're like, I don't know what's. And Matt Vince needs to be traded to Vegas like anything Wax said yesterday. Bombshell, by the way. Whew, that was crazy. All right. Let's talk about some late games. Another game you can actually bet this weekend is Halifax Calgary. Like, no, that's going to be like kind of lost in the shuffle here because of all those games earlier and like all these doubleheaders mixed in. But this game also got moved as well, I believe. Was that the one? Yeah. Which one? Some game got moved. I thought like the Vancouver game. I'm thinking of maybe.
Possibly.
Whatever it is. Halifax. Let me make sure I'm doing this correctly here. They're playing Calgary, and I'm going to be honest with you, man. Anyone, if you think right now that the Roughnecks are going to put up a fight, I don't care how bad the Thunderbirds have looked. They have looked way more competitive against good teams than the Roughnecks have. All right? I believe, I want to get to this Calgary team real quick, because I remember they played, obviously, the Rush earlier in the season. Then that was like a second half kind of thing. They played the Bandits. I remember that. So it's 13-7 at the end of that game. It was on a random Sunday. I said Buffalo needs to make a statement saying we're still good. They did that. Buffalo seems to be not very good. Halifax was right there with the same Buffalo team. I think Halifax is going to do the same thing. And they're going to win by 4 or 5 goals here.
Yeah, I have 2 leans for this one.
Go ahead.
My angles are that the pressure's on Halifax here. They were not expected to be this bad.
Correct.
Hill really held his own at the beginning of the season. They've made a couple roster changes. I think this is a get-right game for Halifax. But like I say, you got to remember the pressure's on this team. Where you go and put yourself in Calgary's shoes, at this point, they don't really have any expectations. So you're not playing with kind of we got to win or we're sort of, ship is sailing and who knows if my job's on the line for next season type of deal. Like, so yeah, I'll lean heavy on Halifax to win this game, because if not, like they're in trouble. They're doing a lot better on the road, which is surprising as well. Like Halifax can't buy one at home.
No one cares.
So yeah, I'll lean for Halifax to get right here. But in the back of my mind, I'll know that like the pressure is on Halifax this week. So
getting right against Calgary is kind of like tongue in cheek there, but I do agree with you on that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you want to get right versus a specific team. I'm thinking more so like it's the timing. If they don't start to put a couple wins together here, like I say, what's going to happen come deadline. But
I'm glad. So remember I talked about the time change. I know why I got Vancouver and Calgary confused. Halifax is playing Vancouver April 10th, and that time has moved. Also, ironically, announced just like shortly after that, Halifax game, actually the exact same time. Okay, it's the same game. I don't know why they're announcing this now. Apparently, Vancouver Halifax on April 10th. In case you guys were wondering, we're not. But
I was worried, buddy. I was worried.
Man. Screw me. All right. Anyways, let's move on to that final game. It's Vancouver in San Diego. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm excited for this one. I know Vancouver's going to run through Vegas, in my opinion. I know you said San Diego's going to find a mirror the next 3 or 4 weeks or games. I still think Seals are going to have a fight here. I think they're going to have a bigger fight in this game than they do in Colorado. I still think Vancouver flexes a little bit towards the end, but this feels like one of those, Cooper, Perkins yelling, Wesley Bird. Well, except he's doing it for Dixon, but like it's going to be one of those games where it's a 1 or 2 goal game late and Vancouver gets like one to flex in the end. I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, well, like I mentioned with the Colorado Seals game, those two teams were geared in the sense that when Colorado's home, Seals are away, they're putting up more numbers. Vancouver's in the same boat right now. Like they're doing much better on the road than they're at home, which again, just like Halifax, surprises me. And then San Diego, like a team that was dominant in that dark barn, they can't seem to buy a win either there. So as much as you think San Diego is going to put up a fight, I'm still leaning hard that like this team had a very light schedule coming up to this point. And now they're going to get hit with 2 mammoth games, Vancouver, Saskatchewan. So we're going to find out what this team's all about. I honestly think Vancouver has the worst travel in this situation, but San Diego, they're going to play a more physical team, I believe.
If it wasn't Joe Tsai
Colorado,
and then all the money the Warriors have invested, I would agree with you. But I feel like traveling from Joe Tsai Paradise to Joe Tsai Bahamas is not like the worst thing in the world. And then Vancouver's investing in you. I know, again, like you can't do like the charter stuff, but we are doing a little bit of something sad here.
Yeah, no, I just mentioned because like the guys are used to a 1 travel per week. So when you add the second one, I don't believe all of them quite show up physically ready as they would on, a single game. But yeah, man, I think this one's going to be a blowout for Vancouver in the Sunday game versus it being close.
So, I think I'd win by 3 or 4. I still think it's close in the fourth quarter. How's that for you? All right. So, I didn't want to get to this before we go. Pat Gregoire is waiting patiently. I know you see him too. But remember, folks, he will be in Hamilton. I will be in Duluth. Your game starts 30 minutes before me, you scumbag. Enjoy that. So I hope you enjoy your game as well. I do want to show you my ladders and my parlato before I let you go. And then we will post Captain's ladder as well. And parlato, I'm sure, because there's more than 5 games.
Yeah, I do have a parlato.
You have it ready or not yet?
Not yet. I can't. Okay. I might just leave Ottawa Oshawa out of it because that game.
All right.
Got me, bud.
All right, here we go. Here we go. So we got my greedy ladder, again, presented by the great people at Elevated Truck and Crane. Give me the Swarm money line, and there's where I put the over. Okay, now I understand it. I was like, wait, why am I realizing this somewhere?
No,
I like the over. Yeah, so plus 175. I also, that game, I believe, was they both on Friday? No, they're both on Friday. So my goal is like by the time the night game, like it was a 10:30 game with the Warriors dogs, being like just throw something stupid on the greedy letter. I don't know, but I kind of like that. Safe letter, Captain. We're gonna swing. I wanted you Warriors to cover. We don't need that. We just need to get one step up. So Warriors money line against Vegas. I'll take that. And I also will I might do Warriors to cover if I hit those step one for greedy, but I'll be safe with this one and pull it over Saturday. And finally, the Parlato. Nope, not bad odds. Not bad odds.
I like
Swarm
it.
to cover, Rush to cover, Thunderbirds to cover, Seals, Mammoth over 20.5, which is your thing. Warriors money line, Black Bears. I don't like that it's so heavy, but I still like the Black Bears, man.
Yeah,
I like Jeff Teat now.
Dude, that game just, I can't figure out Oshawa at this point in Ottawa.
Oh, well, hey, appreciate you, Captain. Have a good one. Stay safe. Happy climbing. We'll post your stuff later at El Capi 10 Picks. Thank you, sir.
Talk to you soon.
We're not done. Thank God, too, because Pat Gregoire is not even graced the airwaves yet. This is the third time he'll be on this week, and I feel like we owe him money. Thankfully, we don't yet. I'll be right back, folks. You're watching Dilly Dive. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Get your tickets for the next game at natalkradio.com and click that event tickets tab. And then you're like, wait a minute, where's my merch? I got you guys. natalkradio.us/NLL. And now live from Bennettland, it's home of Greggy's Grinder, at least for this week. Oh my. I think we should do that every time you come on the show now.
You've been playing that thing a lot. I feel like I've been living on this show the last couple of days.
Your fault. I'm kidding. Stay cool. I love that. The Polar Bears are very generous to us recently. We'll see if they are as such this week. Now, Pat, again, that's whole Gamo guy. I want to thank you for helping us be part of the 60.96% success rate here on bets that are 190 odds or greater. And I learned about 2 weeks ago, you've been giving off minus 150 or greater with your awesome record. So thank you, sir.
Yeah, I try to make sure I don't hit too many juice bags here, Mike. So 150 or less, that's the way I work. Because I'll be honest, there was a pick that I liked, that I thought I liked, and then I looked at Cool Bet's odds, and it's a little bit juicier than what you guys were throwing out there. So I did not bet or did not give out Halifax to win just because it didn't meet my threshold. I'm sorry.
I'm proud of you. I've told people before, like I feel like we're gonna like do it better, like smaller, like greater odds next year, but I kind of like the good record. All right, let's first talk about the game you're at right now in Buffalo. What are you hearing from like coach talk and stuff that you can give away that you're obviously don't want to spoil the broadcast?
Sure.
What are you hearing with that? And then tell us some bets that you have in this game.
Yeah, sure. So first and foremost, I think it's so easy for us as broadcasters and fans to say like, oh, it's a rematch. Obviously Saskatchewan wants to get revenge and
They
Buffalo
do.
wants to defend. They do. But like Saskatchewan's being quite honest, saying like, listen, guys, like it's a new season. We put that loss in the back burner, on the back
Correct.
burner. We're on to new things. We're taking every single game week by week. But at the same time, they say like, we'd be lying if once we get inside this building, some of those bad memories start to come back. And yeah, exactly. We're gonna want to return the favor, and you can't really replicate a championship. There's not going to be a win here tonight that is going to be able to fill the void of
Oh yeah, that
losing a
felt
championship.
good. Yeah.
Sure, it felt good, but one way to do that, or at least help Mike, is really put a dagger into the hopes for playoffs for this Buffalo team. On the flip side, Buffalo, talking to Steve Dietrich, man, I said on the podcast last night with Teddy, like he told us a 2-0 weekend, it does them a really, really well. 2-0 basically gives them belief that, okay, we're in a good spot. We can dig ourselves out. Would not be surprised. They've got a bye week next week to start picking up the phone and start thinking about that trade deadline. If they go 0-2, they're done. They're toast. They're going to be having some really hard, difficult conversations with players on this team and really focusing on next year. 1-1. Steve Dietrich told me it's 1-1's just as bad as 0-2. Like
Good
it's the
for
same
him.
thing to him. He said that realistically they got to go 2-0 to have a real hope to move forward and make the playoffs. So that's kind of the mindset on both sides here. In terms of a betting angle, I think you and I are kind of going a bit head to head technically here.
Mm.
You are on a points on this side. I'm on the goals, and it's Austin Shanks over 2 goals.
Whoa. He can get 4 goals and no assists for the record.
He can get 2 goals. He can also get 2 goals and no assist.
2 goals, 2
both of
assists
them.
also works.
Okay. So
Just
here's why
Also,
my
you're
line
right.
of
You're right.
here's my line of thinking, Mike.
Mhm.
And I know I just spent a good chunk of time talking about how this is a new season. I'm not forgetting about what Austin Shanks did in that NLL final. He was
Dang.
unbelievable against
Yes.
Buffalo. Game 1, game 2, he almost willed his team to victory in both those spots. He obviously has Matt Vince's number. He's shooting really well. Watching that morning shoot around, man, he was stinging bars,
Ruh-roh.
hitting corners. And also, I'm pretty sure it's his birthday, or it might have just been his birthday. So he's got some
What?
birthday swag going on. So give me Shanks over 2 goals. If Saskatchewan's going to come out with a victory here in Bandoland, I have a hard time believing that this guy's not going to have at least 2 tucks.
I love the word tucks. I will say that over 20.5 also does not help my case there. I guess my thought process with that was Ryan Keenan and who's like Zach Mans. Like there's a bunch of guys that like to eat, and so I'm okay with Shanks maybe sacrificing. But like my thing is like I think he takes health back seriously. I don't know if he's just good against Matt Vince or he also takes Saskatchewan's or Buffalo seriously. But it's interesting though because he definitely this guy. I feel like he defers so much because he doesn't need to score on this team. But I feel like when he wants to, he's like fire at will kind of guy.
Yeah, and I think tonight this is a team that he's got their number, so that's why I went with the over with his goals. I just think that we could have a big Austin Shanks night here tonight.
Did you like when I said that? I don't know if you heard this earlier, but I said all 3 games in the finals when they had better defenses and worse offenses went over 20.5. Ha ha!
I didn't hear that, but that would make a lot of sense, Mike. That would make a ton of sense. I like that line of thinking.
Thank you, sir. I like your line of thinking too. So let's get into the Swarm Wings game here. This was of course the one in Philly. You kind of like a low scoring affair. Do you think Swarm still win in that game?
I think so, but Teddy brought up, and I think you can go on his Twitter. For whatever reason, these 2 teams play extremely close games, and this series between these 2
I
teams
believe the
have been
Wings
tight.
swept them last week. Is that true?
Don't have it in
I'm
front of me,
checking
but I
that
think
again.
both games were within like 1 or 2 goals. And it doesn't matter if it's Georgia's at the top of the standings and Philly's at the bottom of the standings, or Philly's a playoff team and Georgia is struggling. These two teams always play close games. And that kind of leads me to believe that if this is going to be a close game, it's probably going to be a low scoring game. I don't see a world where Philadelphia is able to find a way to pepper Brett Dobson and beat this defense. And on the flip side, Nick Damude's been really strong, and he has done a really good job all season long, stifling some good offenses. So I think this is a low scoring game. Even if Georgia is able to find a way to beat Damude in this defense, I just don't know if Philly's going to be able to, pump the net against Dobson, who's having the best season of a goaltender we've ever seen, and such a great young athletic defense. That's the other thing. Philly does a really good job using their athleticism, but Georgia can match that speed. Georgia can match that agility. If there is a team that actually matches really well against Philadelphia's offense, it's going to be Georgia.
This is crazy. 10.4 goals, but only 7.5 for his good goals. And I told him last night on the phone, he won't hear me out. I say it's not like the Wings defense helps out Damude is what my point is with that.
No, they don't. They absolutely don't.
But the fact he's doing well is sensational. I do want to get to last year. You're gonna hate the under right because of this. I was looking at this earlier. That's why I kind of mentioned the score last year. At Georgia, the Wings won 15-13. 7 days later at Philly, the Wings won 16-13. I don't know how that was possible, but it seems like, I know the Swarm have done a little bit of roster change with some youth, but man, I better hope the defense steps up. That's all I know.
Listen, Mike, I understand you. I looked at those numbers last year too, and I got a little bit afraid. But
yeah,
Brett Dobson's a different goalie this year, man.
Yes,
he's on a different planet. He's on a different level. The guy is absolutely laser focused, and the defense in front of him, they're big, strong, fast, young, athletic. I don't know, man. I think this Philly team's going to struggle to find the back of the net, and I think Georgia's going to have a hard time beating Damude too.
I just realized something. This is a bizarre stat. So not only is Dobson being so awesome this year, he's 9.4 save percentage better this year. I know that also because you sucked last year, but that's impressive.
It's nuts. He's on it. People keep saying it, and I've been saying it too. We're not joking when we say this. It could go down as the best season we've seen out of a goaltender since they've moved to the 18-game season. It's crazy.
I said it a couple of weeks ago. I feel bad for Jeff T because when he makes the playoffs, it won't matter. I'm like, that's not fair for him.
It's crazy. It's nuts. It's absolutely nutty.
Let's get to the Vancouver Warriors Vegas game. You got two odds here, but folks, none of them are game odds. Even though I'm pretty sure that you think the Warriors win, right?
I think the Warriors win. I would have taken the Warriors. That's another game where I looked at the odds, just a little bit too juicy there. I don't really trust them though to win. Yeah, roll Bonnies, absolutely. I don't trust them to win by 2, and it's not a knock against Vancouver. I think Vegas is going to be super motivated in this game. They got embarrassed the last time these two teams played. I think they're playing a lot better. They're off a bye. They're a team that has to be in the hunt right now for a playoff spot. So they can't really afford to lose another one. And yes, the big cat is in, and I'm excited to see him return. But I looked back at that game. Adam Charlambides had 8 points, and I understand he's a guy that sometimes takes a back seat to some of the other guys on that floor.
Yes, he should.
But 4 points, that's all he needs. I could see him easily putting up 5, 6, no problem at all. Sure, Dixon, Ball, King are probably going to get the heavy load of work, but
sure,
Charlambides is still a very important part to this offense. And just seeing the number of all the other guys, 7 points for Ball, 6.5 for Dixon, 2.5 goals for Dixon. 5.5 for King. It's like Charlambides shouldn't be this far down. And if it's going to be that all-out shootout that I think a lot of people expect, Charlene Beatties is going to be able to do it. And I think even if it is, let's say if Landon Kells is able to have this big bounce back game and play pretty well in between his pipes, and we know Del Bianco obviously can do that as well. 4 points in like a 9-7 loss, or sorry, 9-7 win is also possible for Charlene Beatties. So I really like that one. And on the other side of the floor, Chris Kluche, 2 goals. Sure, you add in the big cat on that side, but I mean, Kluche's been a huge part of this offense since coming.
Now Fraser won't get any touches at all for right now.
Exactly, so. No touches for Fraser. I think that left side's going to be important. You know, Mitch Jones in the 2-man game with Kluche is very deadly. So. Yep. I thought this line for him would be at 2.5, but the fact that it's at 2, I thought this was great. There's a good chance this pushes. He ends up with 2 goals and 3 assists. Whatever, we get the push. I just think Chris Kluche is a big-time player. This is a big game. I can see him stepping up big time.
2 pushes in 2 weeks. I feel like you're a Ford pickup truck. Well, those would be pulls. We'll call them pulls for you. Yeah, but oh well. So I do want to show you the best bets now for the crew. Actually, we're get this off the screen here. You obviously have Georgia Philly under 21.5. That's on Cool Bets. By the way, Vancouver 22.5 over would also be kind of fun, even though you didn't. You kind of were talking about that, even though you.
I was really close. There. Maybe it might be an ad. Maybe it might be an ad later, but it's not an official play just yet. The only reason that I'm kind of scared of it is Christian Del Bianco. That's the only thing that scares me.
I was thinking about it. 10, like 14-7, we're screwed.
Yeah, exactly.
Shanks and then Sean Beatties. There's if you get to 31, 17, and 5, I'm going to cry because it's ridiculous. Gamble guy already told us he had Georgia Philly over, Oshawa Ottawa under. He got like the extra goal on those for the odds. Thankfully, he got Rush Mammoth Warriors money line. I went with Lyle Thompson over 4.5 points. For people that need to know, that's obviously in Philly, not versus Philly. So that's important. I think Lyle's been looking a lot better. I feel like the time they're going to score goals might be in Philly. Austin Shakes under 4.5 points again. 2-2, baby. Let's ride. No, 3-1 because you need over. What are 3-1? How's that?
Yeah, I like that. I could go with that.
All right, Warriors money line. It's only -154 on DraftKings. It's not much different on Cool Bet, even though it is like against your religion there. And Thunderbirds money line. I told Captain I might use Thunderbirds to cover, man. I ain't gonna lie.
That game is so important, man. It's so important for them. Like I think it's going to be really difficult for them to even make the playoffs at this point, but it's got to be a convincing win against this Calgary team. Like if you want to really prove that, you're on the cusp. Like I think if they lose to Calgary, man, it could be a mass exodus, a huge selling point come that trade deadline.
I love it. So before we let you go, I got 2 things. The one will be pumping your tires. But before we do that, the Buffalo Bandits, you mentioned, because I realized them going to like 1-1 would just be 5-7. There's still 2 games under 500. 2-0 gets you a 6-6, and now you're back to 500 immediately. Exactly. I told Captain earlier, and this is what I want to ask your opinion on. I know we're low, we're so low on Buffalo, but can I interest you in this take? I find it more convincing in my brain. I don't want to say more likely because that's not true, but more convincing to me, Buffalo goes 2-0 than they go 0-2. I think that in my brain works. I would not be shocked if they go 2-0. If they go 0-2 against their arch rival Toronto included, I'm like, man, they're down now. They're done.
Mike,
I said they're doing that yet.
I said on the podcast last night, go listen off the Crossbar podcast with myself and Teddy Jenner. Won't be a YouTube. Unfortunately, will not be a full YouTube show this week, just due to some travel and technical issues.
Yep.
We will. Excuse me. We will have the interview though with John Donville. That will go up on YouTube later this weekend.
Producer Stoney's back.
Yes, he's back. He's back. It was actually a great conversation with him. Good. It was awesome. So that will be up there. But I said it on the podcast last night, Mike, is I think it goes two ways. I think it's Buffalo wins tonight, they beat Toronto, and they're back.
Yep.
Buffalo loses tonight, they're losing to Toronto too. It's either 2-0 or 0-2. I really believe that. And this is, I also said, I think that Buffalo, even right now as the roster stands, they're a top 5 to 6 team in this league.
Correct.
They just have pissed away too much during the start. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
No, I can't believe you. Like, Jake McDonald just opened the floodgates when he came on, so you're good.
So I don't see a world where they're not there, but like it's just they've given up far too many games where they needed to win, and they have the belief that they told us this week, multiple players and coaches, we know once we get in the playoffs, we can get back to where it needs to be. We just don't know if we can get there now.
I wanted if Buffalo loses 2 games this weekend, I think we have to address Jake McDonald's hot take that Matt Finch should end his career in Vegas for the end of the season. That would go ballistic. I do want to get to that only if they go 0-2, though. We'll put that on offering. But I do want to mention, sir, we're close to this, man. I did up the ante. I don't know how you feel about that. The fact I'm giving away money is ridiculous. I mean, it's unreal.
I love it, man.
It's a good value. I'm gonna check the Twitter poll here because it's close. We keep like gaining views and like it keeps going back and forth between you and Teddy. I'm kidding, poor Teddy. Between you and Jake. Right now, it's tied 39% to 170 votes on Twitter. But man, you have taken the lead by a little margin on Instagram. 49-41. So the grand total, it's ridiculous. The total right now is 96-90. It's crazy, man.
This is nuts.
It's like a stupid little all-star draft should not. You guys sharing it is part of the problem, for the record.
Well,
Jake friends help us out.
He's claiming I've got burner accounts, says that I'm paying Elon Musk to bump up my.
Might as well.
Yeah, listen here. You know what? This has been an absolute, dogfight.
And it blew me. Stop saying that.
You said the dogfight helps out the pups in the swamp.
Yeah, favors the pups.
But hey, I take a polar bear over a crocodile, a little croc, a little alligator. Are you kidding me?
Would it be an alligator or would it be a croc pup? A croc
pup, I guess. Yeah.
Croc dog. I love it. Thank you, Pat. Tonight you were with Teddy, or is it I'm gonna be Cullen?
Matt. It's Matt Cullen tonight.
Yeah,
Matt Cullen will be there. He's back. Ashley Docking is somewhere down there anyways right now. So we'll be ready to go. Yeah, exactly.
Conversation pieces. Thank you, sir. Have a great one. OTCB podcast. We'll see you Monday, possibly. Thank you, sir. Go Frostbite.
Go Frostbite. Vote, vote, vote.
He's awesome. I told you guys, I love how great that has gone. Those two sharing it have been awesome. Again, here are the crew's best bets for the week. Getting Lyle Thompson over 4.5 points in Philadelphia. Austin Shanks over under 4.5 in Buffalo tonight. Warriors money line against the Doggies, the real Desert Dogs, not the Swamp Pups. Thunderbirds money line against the Roughnecks. Gamble Guy told you earlier what he had. And Pat Gregoire, as you heard. Wings Swarm under 21.5. Austin Shanks over 2 goals, which means we need like a 3 and a 1 from him. And then Adam Charlambides over 4 points. Chris Kluche over 2 goals. I don't like the idea for pushes. He's okay with it. It's not losses. It's just a waste of time, in my opinion. All right, folks, when we come back, we're going to get to the pick'em. Oh, my. And then we'll wrap it up. You're watching Daily Dive.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Enjoy the Week 14 NLL games here. We are back to Daily Dive, the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planets. We've had a great show today. Gamble Guy, Cap, and Pat Gregoire, all of them came through. Pat Gregoire from Banditland. That was pretty cool. It's time for your pick'ems this week. Rock Flock back in the WCOM this weekend, according to Spencer Colley of Nighthawks Network and the new Hawk Talk podcast with him and JT Flood. There it is, right. I hate when it does that. There we go. The Swarm on the wings. I've got Swarm. Captain's got Swarm. Tim Dillon is anti-Kai the goalie, confirmed. Me and Captain both have the Rush. Tim Dillon's got the Bandits. We're chalk on the Mammoth against the Seals. Me and Captain have got the Warriors, and Tim Dillon says, roll, Tyrell Hammer Jackson, roll. Then I've got the Black Bears. Timmy Diaz, the Black Bears. Captain, my heart's in Oshawa. I'm done with them. Saskatchewan Rush and the Nighthawks, Rock Chalk, Hawk Talk, roll Nighthawks. I don't even like the way that looks now. All Bandits versus the Rock, and Swarm. They're buzzing. And finally, all Thunderbirds, Warriors, and Timmy D is going with the Seals. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's show and to all week's episodes. Tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, the contest and the fan vote is over. A winner of this year's All-Star Draft will be crowned. You have a chance to win up to over $100 value if you go on our Twitter or Instagram and go at Daily Dive LEX, comment who won on the pinned post, and then make sure you like it as well. That's how the entry works. If you want 4 bonus entries, tag 3 friends and comment right now who you think won. I'm dead. I am dead. And again, you will win a chance of whoever the winner's logo. It will be the Lumberjacks. Sorry, Teddy. Frostbite or Swamp Pups t-shirts. They come in multiple colors. Your choice of that, but it has to be the winner's shirt. Your choice of a Daily Dive shirt and a mug and $40 via Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. It all adds up to about $107, and that's not including shipping and handling. And I told you, Canadians, if you win it and you're Canadian, I will ship the unboxed stuff here and then ship it to you. It is that simple. Bada bing, bada boom. That's been this week of Daily Dive. Y'all have a great day. Y'all stay safe. I'll see you in Duluth. Captain will see you in Hamilton. For those of the rest of us, we'll see you next week on Monday, right here, North American Talk Radio on YouTube. Have a great day. There we go. There you go, Kyle. There's another entry for you. Bye, guys.